Alright, so some Sultai Findbroker here. Sultai grind, whatever you want to call it. Another blue-black based deck. This time we're splashing green. We're kind of splashing green because, like, Findbroker's a double green card, so it's kind of tough to splash a double green card. But this is a base black deck with the green and blue sub-themes. The Docker image works really well for Magic Online. How long have I played Magic? I started playing Magic casually with the release of Odyssey back in 2001, I believe, and then I started playing Magic competitively with the release of New Phyrexia about six or 7 years ago. I traveled playing SCG Tour events. I played in a couple of their Players Championship tournaments in 2015 or 2014 and 2016. And then I've been streaming Magic on and off here for 6 years now, and I've been streaming Magic full-time since the beginning of the year. Probably lead on. I need to kind of map my lands out here, right? To figure out that I'm going to be able to cast my spells on time. So I already have double green in my hand. Double green and double black are the two colors that I need to prioritize with this. So I want this to get a swamp because that'll get me double black with the Overgrown Tomb. And assuming they leave me Thought Erasure, which I assume they will, Disinformation Campaign is probably the card they want to take. I'll be able to go swamp into Island Thought Erasure them. I actually kind of prefer the text in the Docker image to the text in the default Magic Online client. No more daily. This is my daily job. Streaming. I currently have a little over 2,000 subscribers, so this pays my bills. It's funny. I remember when I was still teaching part-time at the beginning of the year. I was talking with another coworker, and they were asking like what I did during the day because like we were both just teaching part-time. And when I said that I streamed on Twitch, they're like, "Oh, so you're looking for a job?" And I was like, "Well, no, not really." So this is a job of sorts. And then and it really turned into one, you know. I never set out for this to be a job, but it's been kind of sweet that it's definitely turned into one. What's going on, Spellweaver? Yeah, I was planning to do a long one day. We've got a bunch of people here. We had over 1,500 for a little bit. Still got over 1,400. No, yeah, I'm full-time here on Twitch now, Chris. I've been doing that since the beginning of the year. Like, kids are in daycare and everything. I'm streaming 40 hours a week. The stream kind of exploded when I went back to doing Magic full-time. So this is a pretty easy trophy. Kill this, I think. I've done some software development stuff. A lot of the development stuff I did was more comparable to, like, hobby projects. If you look on my GitHub, I have a bunch of different Linux-based stuff. I still help maintain a Linux-based operating system called Bodhi Linux that's based on Ubuntu. Discovery. All right, well. I guess we'll go digging here. Findbroker and Contempt. I think I'm actually okay with both of these here. Because the Findbroker actually picks up Disinformation Campaign, which will, like, get some good grind going here. Are Docker and Wine different things? So Docker is a tool that allows you to kind of sandbox your applications, and the Docker for running Magic Online is Oh, I just want Vraska, actually, right? I just want Vraska. The Docker image for Wine allows you to... Moto image lets you run Magic Online through Wine, self-contained, easily set up. Yeah, the last 2 leagues we played with Griselbrand, we had Discovery instead. It felt really good. The fact that they got to exile that is pretty good for them. They have Swamps in play here. I wonder if I was better off getting Disinformation Campaign here, because if they untap and Contempt Vraska, I'm gonna feel pretty bad, right? I mean, nothing says... Oh, God, that's so bad for us. Holy crap, that's bad for us. That's, like, worse than Contempt for us. Ugh. Alright, we got Blood Operative. I mean, nothing says I ever can't go back to, like, doing software development, right? So, like, if this ever gets to a point where it stops being a job, I could do that. I'm gonna get rid of their Sorkin here, just in case they have Nicol Bolas. Then one less thing to reanimate, that's good. We'll bend this Ritual of Soot here. Oh, they also have this in play, right? Oh, was I supposed to get rid of... I was supposed to get rid of my own Vraska there is what should have happened. I'm dumb. I forgot this gets Planeswalkers too. This card's very powerful. I definitely should have exiled my own Vraska with that. And like left them with this Arcane. This card does both graveyards, right? Yeah, because it opened mine. That's fine. I have a Contempt for my Vraska once it comes out, but I definitely would be in a better spot if I had just taken my Vraska out, right? He's dead, Jim. I feel like we're still at a point where I could win from here, but maybe that's just wishful thinking. I guess with like a Surveil effect, like a Disinformation Campaign into a Surveil effect, we could probably catch back up on cards. I have the Blood Operative in my bin. Alright. Bye-bye, Pirate. Yeah, Cold Stuffing should have a bulk input method. Oh, you know what? I should probably play this land out, because if they draw a Nicol Bolas, which they very likely have in their deck, I'm going to have to discard it. And I obviously would like to have my land in play. I just like holding this land for bluff value when it has like a real downside to keeping it in my hand that my opponent could take it away from me. Yep. Look at that. Oh, big dumb stupid. They have 7 mana, so where is opponent's graveyard? Is there anything in here? Oh, huh. I guess there aren't any things for this deck. It's reanimate in there, so got that going for me. And even if there was something to exile in there, right, or to bring back, like Nicol Bolas was going to beat us to the punch, so I'm not sure that, like, we wanted there to be something in there still, right? Couldn't you have set a stop on their draw step to keep them from activating the Vraska? That's not how sagas work, Guttree. Sagas actually trigger during the main phase.
I was fighting dragons when I was truly fighting ants. Yes.
So if I draw Vraska's Contempt here, we could be in this game. If not, I'm probably gonna pack it in. Yeah, the way sagas are worded and function is like very strange. Get a Blood Operative back. Gonna go ahead and move along. This is one of those games where like this game is over. Like I haven't actually lost the game yet, but it's like definitely over. Well, Magic Arena took a quick nap there. So while it's taking a quick nap, I'd just like to thank everyone for hanging out here tonight. Welcome. My name is Jeff Hoagland. I'm a full-time streamer and content producer here on Twitch. If you're enjoying my stuff, please consider subscribing to my channel. I do this because I love doing it, but my subscribers are the people that keep me employed here full-time. I wouldn't be here day in and day out if it wasn't for the wonderful support of my subs. They're great. Past subscribing, you can also support my stuff by checking out some of my very wonderful sponsors. CoolStuffInc.com will love to buy and sell physical TCG cards with you using code Jeff5. You can save 5% on Magic, Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh, and Warhammer cards with them. BCWSupplies.com would love to help you protect your very valuable Magic the Gathering cards and other gaming stuff. They do sleeves, deck box, and all sorts of other wonderful things. And Lisa would like to get you on your way to a better night's sleep. Christy and I have been sleeping with Lisa for the last 4 months now, and we really love it. I don't think we'd ever go back to a traditional pillow top mattress. You can save $160 or more on your new Lisa mattress with them by checking out links bit.ly/HugelbedUS and bit.ly/HugelbedCA. All right, Arena has recovered from its short dirt nap. We are heading into a control mirror against a Grixis deck here. So I'm going to bring in all of my counter spells and stuff. I'm going to go ahead and trim a bunch of our sweepers and doom blades here. Well, Caleb also just started streaming, right? This card's actually not particularly good in this matchup, is it? Bloodfast, Erasure. What do I want to trim here? This is very good because it's another way. It's another way to interact with their stuff, their planeswalkers. Maybe I don't have time for Bloodfast in this matchup. Oh, did I just time out? I think I just timed out. Well, that's awkward. Well, let's find out if we're sideboarded at all. If we're not sideboarded at all, I might just, like, pack it up. I took too long there. Yeah, I'm just gonna... That's embarrassing. Silly arena crash. What deck feels the strongest in Standard right now? I haven't found a deck yet that I've, like, after playing it, makes me go, oh, this deck felt way better than everything else, which is good, right? Like, a good Standard format should have a variety of different things that feel competitive and reasonable. What do you do when you use the top of the ladder? I don't believe the ladder on Arena does anything meaningfully right now. I played much Selesnya. We played some green-white tokens last week, and that deck had pretty good results the first week of the format at the SCG Open. The old one-lander into no-lander. Hopefully R5 is better. I'm gonna keep this with a Scry, I guess. We're on the play, which kind of sucks, but it's definitely a keep. Ding. So we have Temple into Temple, basically, with these tapped lands, but at least we're going to get to, like, theoretically play Game of Magic here. Thought Erasure will be good against a mid-range or control deck, and Ritual of Soot is good against an aggressive deck. What, from the new Standard, have I personally enjoyed the most in terms of playstyle? So we played Cat Light's mono blue tempo deck that got 10th place at the Open, the Classic at the Open last week, and I really liked the mono blue tempo deck. And then we've also worked on some Ral Zarek Crackling Drake blue-red control decks, and those are probably my two picks for my favorite things that I've played so far. The mono blue tempo deck, and then the blue-red Ral Zarek control deck. I don't know why this isn't attacking. Alright, we're gonna take that. That's tough. So, I really want to land here, but I also just like Doomblade for the Runaway Stinkin sounds great. Just like destroy target thing. Oh, to kill the Jade Light Ranger. That makes sense. Like, leaving that to potentially kill a Jade Light. Hey, BN Trustee just submitted a hot red-black control list talking 4 Karn, 3 Eldest Reborn, and 3 Bintors that learned how to planeswalk. At Bluetron, please. Yeah, will do. Thank you for that. I will probably be responding... I'll probably be responding to donation deck submissions tomorrow afternoon or evening. I'm not streaming tomorrow. I'm taking tomorrow off from streaming, but I will be doing some work stuff still. So, I think we're probably gonna play this deck and then one more tonight, and then I'll be off until Monday. If you're looking for more Standard Arena content for me personally, Mondays is a modern day for me on stream, but Tuesday I'll be back all day with Arena. Hey, thanks, Sky Rocks. Welcome. Hope you're having a good evening. Destroyed is the magic term for destroyed. Nah, I think I want to just use the cast down. Yep. So we're going to 9 here once they shock us. We're going to be at 8 on board. I missed your resub, Griffin. It's been a long time since I've enjoyed Standard. You've been there the whole time. Thank you for the support. Sorry I brain farted there. Right, and this game's gonna be another good example of like why Doom Whisperer is such a house, right? Like if we get to curve into this Doom Whisperer, like remember, we mulliganed to 5 this game, and like we're like actually playing a game of Magic here. Hopefully they hit us for 1 and then like play another like 1, 2, or 3 drop out here, and then we just clean up with Ritual of Soot. I feel like our best chance to lose this game is if they run a bunch of burn off the top, which is definitely possible, right? Like their deck's got, you know, Wizard Lightnings and stuff like that in it. I think my health total is low enough that I'm gonna 1-for-1 this Ritual of Soot on this Fanatical Firebrand. Just like clean this up and get it out of here. Zap. Yep. It's been really awesome seeing content creators from other games coming in and enjoying Magic. Like there's been more than a couple that have been streaming more Magic past the sponsored streams that they did. All right, so this is just a 6/6 flying trampler with no other text. This is not. Some people think this surveils. It currently does not. I haven't bothered to install Windows on this computer. The extension only works on Windows, so I haven't bothered setting that up yet. No, I just do all my streaming from a Linux system, and I haven't needed Windows for anything. I believe Stream Decker works. Stream Decker looks to be up. To shock or not to shock? What do the kids say? YOLO? You got me super into the blue-black control list that you've been playing on Arena. I've added a red splash for Ral and Twilight Prophet. That's sweet, Cassin. If you didn't catch it live, we actually just finished playing a blue-black Grixis deck that was splashing for Nicol Bolas. That felt really good. And if they have Striker Lightning, like, we're dead anyways, but, like, we're probably gonna die to those cards regardless. So, like, I'd rather just, like, get my thing into play and start, like, making blockers. Architect, if you have a rules question, there's great support forums like Reddit, and there's a Magic Judges chat that you can pop into. I'd ask that if you please just don't continue cluttering the chat up with, like, your rules question that you keep going back and forth on here. Please and thank you. Maybe if there's anybody in chat with rules experience that wants to take that to a DM just to like keep the chat clean. Yeah, no worries. No worries. Thanks for being respectful. A lot of good resources for Magic. Arena is very new, but Magic as a whole is very old, and there are a ton of great resources for rules and stuff like that. I mean, so they're dead next turn, right? I get to alt my Vraska and put them to 1 and then attack them.
Make your captain proud.
Yeah. Yeah, the Firebrand can poke this, that's fine. But like that's like one less point that goes towards us, right? So that means like Lightning Strike and Wizard Lightning is no longer lethal. Which would last me longest post-rotation? I mean, we just had a rotation, right? So, like, and we just had a rotation, so, like, we don't even know what's good. So I can't really tell you, like, what's gonna last into the next rotation. Right? Like, if I could predict that far into the future, I'd have a different job and a lot more money.
No mercy.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and attack with this, just in case they draw like a shock or something, or a lightning strike to keep her off alt again. I love this water bottle, the Contigo, like a straw, like a toddler. It doesn't drip out. It's like a sippy water bottle. It doesn't make a mess when I knock it over. I'm basically a walking disaster zone, so. It's convenient. This stream is in no way sponsored or endorsed by Contigo, but Contigo, if you're out there, it certainly could be.
I've killed for less. Fight them, you maggots!
Contigo. That sounds right. I'm impressed that we stabilized this game. Iron Stove, thank you very much for the brand new Prime support there. I know there's a lot of great people making a lot of great stuff on Twitch. Thanks for supporting mine this month with that. Welcome. What's your reason for running Notion Rain in the Grixis list over Chemistry Insight? Look at the curve of the deck list. So again, that deck list was originally submitted by somebody else. It's not my deck list. I did not make all of the card choices in it, but I do agree that the Notion Rain is the right card for that deck because of the curve considerations. Your curve is very choked at the 4 slot because of Nicol Bolas and Vraska's Contempt. Playing the new mono red spells deck in Modern. Yeah, we played a Token Storm deck last week. That was kind of a good time. That's 60. Is that good? I have 4 Blood Operatives, 2 Findbrokers, and 3 Doom Whispers to kill them with. That's probably good enough. Is Thought Erasure good enough here? This card's probably not good enough, huh? Is this good enough? I guess it's fine on 2 and it helps me hit land drops. Maybe it's fine. Picks Blood Operative back up. Yeah, that seems fine. Picks Blood Operative back up. Happy to see you play Magic, especially with good Standard. Mick Bird, thank you for the 14-month resub there. I appreciate that. Welcome back. And yeah, Standard's been sweet. I've really been enjoying making Standard content. Of course, the punt command still times people out. Why wouldn't the punt command time people out? Yep. I think I gotta bottom that. I was looking for a land. Yeah, I agree. The surveil on that card's pretty big upside. Perfect. So, this probably wants to get a forest. Yes. Because I already have double black between this and this. So again, you just want to like think about what you're doing with your mana before you start doing things in a deck like this. Because we need double black, double green, and single blue. So I have double green and double black now theoretically set up. They're very good, Steven. It's possible that they're gonna like play 2 spells and turn this into a 2-power dork, but I think I like getting rid of that. Next turn, I get to go tap land second Moment of Craving. Just keep my health total very high, which is nice. Yeah, that's true, Wax Papers. Black and board development's a big deal. God bless Varika's too. That's easier to cast. Wow, that card is rude. Risk Vector is really good. All right, so we're at 13. And this is the reason why Doom Whisperer is really good in this deck. Like, the fact that, like, Doom Boy here just, like, gets to close the game very quickly is a big deal. 14 down to 12 at 8, basically. That is a good draw. Findbroker gets to go ahead and pick up our Evolving Wilds. It's like the Eternal Witness pick up my fetch land? This is so great. It's everything I want in life. Zoom, zoom, zoom. Yeah, Witness hit the gym. All right. So we got a 2-for-1 out of that. We're going to 10 here though, and they have a risk factor in their bin, which is pretty scary. I mean, a tapped land's better than missing our land drop next turn though. Like, obviously I'd kind of like to draw an untapped land to slam this Doom Whisperer, but like, I was happy just having a 3-4 in play, honestly. Oh, would you look at that? We get to loop the Eternal Witness, pick my Eternal Witness back up. Don't mind if it does. Gonna crack this now for the sake of getting my auto pass in. Yeah, these things are 3-4s. Like, the one thing I take away from these games so far is that, like, our mana has been functional, right? Like, that's one of the things I always worry about playing these 3-color decks, especially one that, like, kind of has demanding requirements like this, where we're black, black, green, green. All right, so that's gotta go. I have no idea why they attacked there. Oh, man. If we find, yeah, that one. God, it's a shame this is late. If we would have found Operative sooner, Operative could actually tag the risk factors out of their bin, too. This card is so, it, like, helps us stabilize here, too. Cast a spell. Don't cast risk factor. Cast a different spell. Play a creature. Yeah! Woo, doggy! Exile your risk factor. Get it out of here. Opponent's graveyard. That one. I choose you, Pikachu. Woo! Bye, friend. Blood Operative goes back to your hand. It doesn't go into play. If this card went into play when you surveilled, it would be cracked in half. This card is playable. It's not cracked in half. Okay, so being aggressive with my Assassin's Trophies might bite me here. Although I guess I'm gaining a bunch of health here, so... Yeah, we played a rock deck for a little bit. That was pretty sweet. Are we done here? Findbroker isn't actually Eternal Witness. Findbroker only gets permanents back from your discard pile. So if Findbroker could get Assassin's Trophy, I think that's definitely the line, but they can't pick that card back up. So I've been referring to it as Eternal Witness, but it's not actually Eternal Witness. Just close. It's Eternal Witness adjacent. Of course, Neil. Have a good evening. I think that's like the first time we played against Mono Red in the best of 3 queue. Not a lot of people jamming Mono Red in the best of 3s. Late night stream, not too late. It's only 8:30 cornfield time here. Seems sweet. Magic Applegate, thanks for the 6-month resub there, and thanks for re-upping again at the tier 2 level. I appreciate that. Remember, my tier 2 subs support me a little bit extra, so as a thank you, they get to bump a deck of their choice in the queue. So if there's a deck in the queue that you would like to see a little bit sooner, let me know, and I'd be happy to move it on up. I kind of need an untapped land here. Whoa, they're not pumping this up on 2. That's good for us. So, mana base being a touch clunky here. Midnight Reaper is very good. This card was pretty impressive when we were playing black-green. Huh. So do I Craving this and pump this up to a 3/3, or do I go ahead and Thought Erasure and then like plan to Contempt this? Because if I Contempt this, I can then Craving this later. I don't want to just Craving this now, because if I Craving this, they'll get to draw a card off it. I'm trying to like minimize how many cards my opponent's going to get to draw overall. I think I like Thought Erasuring here. Potentially protect myself from a scary 4. Findbroker seems like a good one. I am not particularly interested in a 5th land. Is that true? I think that's true. I don't actually know if that's true or not. We're gonna have 1 power when it dies to Craving. I actually don't know that offhand. Wow, that's good. They got to just like take a card from me and then replace it. Yeah, I think Craving lets the Collector grow, but I'm not 100% there. Oh, shouldn't? I thought it does. I'm not actually sure offhand. I'm gonna go ahead and take Pelt Collector here with this Contempt. Although maybe I should take the Midnight Reaper, because if they play another Plague guy, they're gonna get to draw another card here. Yeah, this was probably bad on my part. They get to replace their thing with a card here now. I have these Blood Operatives that I'll get back later, potentially, but I also, like, don't have a ton of health to, like, get them back necessarily, though I guess I have, like, gain 6 in my hand here. Hopefully my opponent hits wrong half problem here on their deck a little bit. Because our deck doesn't have a ton of creatures in it, my opponent has, like, a ton of removal and stuff in their deck, so hopefully they just won't be able to, like, have a bunch of bad cards, basically. I think I undervalued that Midnight Reaper, though, and my opponent ended up drawing extra cards I didn't need to let them draw.
Serve us.
I mean, we haven't really had any tournament results, Magic Applegate. We had, like, an open that was a split format event, and then, like, a classic, right? I guess we had a PTQ, too. This card is gross. Alright, huh, well. Can I beat that card? We're like pretty dead, right? Yeah, I'm gonna move along. How do I like the arena class? I really like Magic Arena. As far as software goes, it's like really pretty enjoyable. Yeah, I only have 2 cravings. Game 1 though. There's another Moto PTQ. Do we have lists from that Moto PTQ just yet? Do I want another Eldest Reborn? Vraska. I think I want another Eldest Reborn. Honestly, this third Eldest Reborn might just be better than this Vraska. I think she might just be too cute. Yeah, I think it's definitely, I definitely misprioritized using my removal a little bit that game. Which again, like when it comes back to like talking about like what makes a good format, what makes a bad format, whenever I'm able to like look back on a match and go, oh, I could have like sequenced differently here or gotten better percentage points this way, that's really what I'm looking for in a format that I personally enjoy. Like, and I want to be able to like look back on a match and like be able to identify mistakes that I made. That's how I can really like grow and advance as a player, right? What do I feel about Karn? Like what is Karn doing for us? What problem do we have that he's solving? You're the best. We're playing 4 Blood Operatives in the deck that you have right in front of you now. And this is, you know, again, one of the reasons why Midnight Reaper is so good is we basically won for 0 to our opponent's card there, right? Like, we killed their threat when it came into play, but it replaced itself with another card, so we're down a card on this exchange. I know we just talked about prioritizing our exile effects, but I just can't leave this much power in play. Untapped land. Alright, Thought Erasure can hopefully help us find a land here. Menagerie. Oh, that's close. I think it's the Menagerie. Disinformation Campaign. That's gotta go. Just looking for a land here. The good news is that they're gonna stick this, and then I'm gonna get to Assassin's Trophy it off, but they are also gonna get to hammer their health total and like surveil a card they want to the top. And I guess Doom Whisperer with this seems, their deck seems really sweet. I don't know that I love Gruesome Menagerie in it, but like this card alongside Pelt Collector, like they have to kill this, right? And then like once they kill this, like it makes the Pelt Collector bigger again. So like remember, Pelt Collector triggers not only when it enters play, but also when it dies. So I'm gonna go down to 20, I'm gonna go to 19 here, and then we'll trophy this. Yes, we did get a target for Findbroker. Very true. Yeah, that's true, Goats. They could just be boarding this card in the grindy matchups. It's like a completely fair assessment. I guess if they're surveilling here, that means they're not going to go land with this trophy, right? Because like getting a land with the trophy would shuffle their deck. They go from a tier 1 to tier 3 sub. Can I sequence the triggers to add a deck and then add a points to it? Yeah, definitely. Yeah, if you want to like donate a $10 for a deck and then like do a tier 3 sub to bump at 40, that is perfectly allowed. And they kept a card on top with Surveil. They didn't go get aligned with my trophy, so we know they're drawing something good here. Sure.
You won't see the end coming until it's too late. I haven't forgotten how to destroy things.
So they're going to get to start turning lands into useful things here. Doom Whisperer is going to get Assassin's Trophy, but like the second Doom Whisperer is going to like stick. So we got that going for us. I'm not going to bother surveilling here when they Assassin's Trophy this. Not only do I not really have the hit points to spare, but I also kind of want the land out of my deck here. Yep.
Alive for a life.
I'll go ahead and crack this now so I can get my auto pass in. Never underestimate the value of an auto pass, chat, okay? That's all I'm saying. That's true. Doom Whisperer is bad for auto pass value.
Its pain is our gain.
That's aggressive. Okay, so like really digging for this Doom Whisperer answer. This is good value. Yeah, the animations are just fantastic. So Doom Whisperer is gonna kill Vraska here, and then I think I'm gonna Findbroker. Well, that's that. So if I do this, I can still Doom Whisperer this turn. So let's start with this, I guess. Ugh, they are at 6 mana. Alright, well, now that they have that, I just hit them for 6, right? It's like they have another Vraska anyways. I just like, yeah, now it's just the face. It's like they're dead on board, go. Just like draw a removal spell. Oh, they're not dead on board because this gains them a health. That was bad. That was bad. Yeah, they gave one from Vraska. A little loose on my part. It's fine. Fast and loose, chat. Fast and loose. It's good life motto.
Sacrifices must be made.
They binning their Findbroker here? Poor Pelt Collector. That's true, actually. Yeah, if we find a Doomblade here, we get to kill this and kill them. I kind of wish I would have kept the Discovery on top then, I guess. So it would have given me more draws. Need to be more specific about my Doomblade requests. I guess this is still fine, right? Because I... Oh, I should have surveilled. Yeah, that definitely should have surveilled. I could have dug real deep there. It's just the card does so much, chat, it doesn't feel fair to like have it do more than it already did. That's adorable with Vraska.
Being ruthless has its...
Yeah, I didn't know that they were gonna have a Doom Whisperer as a thing that I need to remove though. Back in the good old days of Black 6/6 Flyer had downsides, not upsides, right? Listen, times have changed, okay? I want you to read Cavern of Souls and read Besage You, and then you can come to your own conclusion that times have changed. All right, game the third. Think I'm happy with how we're sideboarded? Don't think I want to change anything. No, Cavern is better Besage You. So Cavern of Souls is the messed up card. Besage You is an old card that's for instants and sorceries, and it's much worse than Cavern. It comes into play tapped, it only makes colorless mana, and you have to pay health to use it. It's like comical how bad it is compared to... I think I can keep this. It's a little slow. If they have like a strong Pulp Collector opener, we could get run down. And it's legendary, yep. Wow, okay, so I almost feel like we're playing against a different deck this game. Like, we saw Pelt Collectors, but like, this curve is tough. Ayo, ayo, nothing but professionalism here, chat. Nothing but professionalism. JK, easy game, easy life, etc, etc. Look at this curve, just like Craving, Blood Up, Contempt, Doom Whisperer. It's good, strong stuff. They don't have a 3? Perfect. Sign me up. I would love to exile your creature. If they don't have a removal spell here, I'm going to snap this trade. Just like not close. Like buffers our health total. Trades run for 1, buffers our health total. Just like everything we could want. And they have a Vraska here. We just Contempted on curve. I think I just Discovery here. And I want to do it off of these 2 lands. I want to bluff a counterspell even though we don't have one. Not in for moment. I don't think I'm in for either of these actually. I think I'm just like looking for win conditions at this point. Oh, and I get to pick my Blood Operative back up. This card is so good. Just like every time I think it's just like the best it could be, it's just like, oh, by the way, I do more. But wait, there's more, yep. Do I think the green added value to this deck? I don't know. I think a better question is like, did the green cost us anything? Because I feel like the mana's been pretty trim in these games that I've been playing. I don't feel like the greens put me behind. They are at 20 here. They're gonna get like mad surveils here. Actually, the Vraska's been pretty underwhelming so far. I've not been particularly impressed with Vraska. How late am I running? Probably another half hour, 45 minutes or so.
Oh, so it's going to be like that, huh?
Yeah, the Vraska I think is actually a card I would cut. It's been kind of underwhelming. Findbroker and Trophy have both felt pretty good though. Yeah, this is similar to the blue-black Disinformation Campaign deck with Findbroker looped in. We're on the 4 Blood Operative plan for sure.
You can't stop nature.
Yeah, Vivian's great. We have a Chupacabra in hand, and then a bunch of cards we don't know. I'm gonna use this Doom Whisper as a bit of a vamp tutor here when it dies. I assume it's about to die. This seems really bad. So, like, this is gonna make me sack my Blood Operative, but, like, the Blood Operative comes back to my hand when I Doom Whisper, right? Honestly, I think just, like, another Eldest Reborn is probably fine. That's a tilt. They have exactly 3 in there. Vivian could be okay. Yeah, I could see Vivian being okay. Well, if ain't that just the everything I wanted in life and so much more. And then I get to pick my Blood Operative back up. And these things fight, right? So yeah, they trade. Yeah. Okay, and I have 8 mana this turn, right? Yeah, I do.
You'll have to do better than that.
Surveil was pretty good. Yeah, this card's been great. Honestly, I think it's probably, the Vraska should probably just be a 3rd Eldest Reborn. This card's really good with Findbroker too. Do I want to land or do I want the Vraska's Contempt? I think I just want the Vraska's Contempt. We've not played Thousand Year Storm yet on stream. That is on my to-do list. It's in the donation deck list queue. We'll get to it soon enough. Probably get to it on Tuesday. So, fun fact, when you surveil him into the bin here like this, you get to pick him back up right away. So we like to call a combo in the biz. Those of you that are not familiar with Blood Operative, that is how it works. That is not Magic Arena being bugged. It's good clean living. I think I can take at least one more hit here. Yeah, like a Contempt. I'm just gonna no blocks here. They're just like not racing me. I'm gonna go ahead and Contempt this and like play another Operative here. Yeah, Surveil is already like increased card quality, but like Blood Operative turns it into just like actual draw card if you have the health to spare. And like the great thing about this card is that it provides more health, right? So like it costs you health, but like if you have just a little bit to spare, it then replenishes itself with just one hit, which is great. They have a sweeper. This attack's like really aggressive. They don't have a sweeper. They just have like a 1/1, sure. Double Rejuvenator, rude. Does line up well against my 3/1. Huh. I think I just smash. It's like I really don't want them to draw a removal spell for these. And I don't want to Contempt a 1/1, right? So like I'll just pass here and hang tight, and then like any surveil like picks them both back up. We're playing green tonight because this was a decklist donation for someone that explicitly wanted me to play copies of the card Findbroker in this deck. And it's been okay. And it's a little bit of clunk to the mana base, but we've been able to cast our cards pretty consistently with it, which is nice. I'm using this now before I draw for the turn, so if I draw a card like that wants me to use a lot of my mana potentially, that's where I want to be in life. So let's take the last card out of their hand here. Now if we draw a Surveil effect, we're just going to like run away with the game in a huge way. Sure. Card like Vraska's Contempt there is a big reason to be aggressive with the things I was aggressive with there. Be aggressive with my Blood Operatives. Cards like Blood Operative and Disinformation Campaign give a lot of longevity to a card like Thought Erasure, and discard spells are cards that generally don't have a lot of like play as you move into the late game. So like giving a card that would otherwise be dead extra text is very valuable. Oh, I forgot that this gets back permanents, but I've exiled a lot of their permanents, right? So I guess we're okay here. Rejuvenator, sure. Blood Operatives, exile text coming in relevant too, which is nice. So they don't have any cards, but this still draws a card. How late am I going? Another half hour or so, maybe. Probably like one more match after this one. I think I'm trading here. Definitely need to be defensive at this point. Going down to 9 here. Unfortunately, losing a bunch of hit points here feels really bad because it means I'm not going to be able to get these Blood Operatives back. Yeah, that's probably the game. Yeah, I mean, that's Magic sometimes, right? We're up a game, I believe, right? This is game 3. This is game 3. That's sad. Yep. I don't know if there's a whole lot we could do there. Why does it want a treasure map? What are you cutting for a treasure map, and what problem is it solving that we currently have? And if you tell me the answer is drawing too many lands, well, we wouldn't have drawn treasure map because we didn't draw spells. Yeah, it's Magic sometimes. If you don't want to play games like that, you need to play a game that doesn't have resource variance built into it. Arena is very good software. It takes Magic and does what hasn't been done with Magic before, and that's turned it into an actual pretty elegant video game. I'm liking this application a lot. Pretty good solid mana here. Tomb into Harbor, Thought Erasure. Hopefully Thought Erasure can help propel us into our 3rd land and 2nd Black Source. Okay, so we'll see what they take here. Got a lot of good choices. Yep, you have Ritual of Soot in the deck. You can also, there's a deck list on your screen via the Stream Decker widget. If you don't have access to that for some reason, if you're on mobile or a console, you can type !deck in chat to get a link directly to the deck list on Stream Decker. I drew my other Black Source. How greedy is it to like bottom here and just like dig for more stuff? It's probably pretty greedy. All right, I'm gonna ditch 1 and keep the Hinterland Harbor. I definitely want to hit 4 lands on 4 so I can like cast these Vraska's Contempts. Oh, there were not Ritual of Soots left in my deck post-board in the last game. We had boarded them out, so that was the reason I conceded there, is because I did not have a sweeper in my deck. The opponent's deck was more of a mid-range deck that we were trying to keep in check via spell removal. What's going on, Timido? I don't think that this deck, that the extra color really adds anything meaningful to this. I think after playing this a little bit, I'm of the opinion that just the straight blue-black deck's a little bit more consistent. The straight blue-black deck also gets to play like a couple of Memorials as utility lands, which is nice. There's a little bit less tap lands in it. I think if you're looking for the better blue-black shell, I would look at the other 4X Blood Operative decks that we've played. I definitely think playing 4 Operative is ideal, but I'm not sure that I'm sold on this adding a green splash to it. Was my day? My day was alright. The most of it hanging out playing Magic here. Modern was a little bit rough this morning, but we've had a good set here with different arena decks tonight. The deck plays 4 looting and 4 mana morphos, Mr. Missouri, so I'd be pretty surprised if adding lands like that would be correct. We're just playing like a green-black mid-range deck. I mean, I guess I just leave that there. The Thief of Sanity is unfortunately going to hit us and then take that away, so... If they get too many hits with the Thief of Sanity, we'll probably be done. I'm not sure what you're talking about, Adoros, what you're referring to. Batman. The Grixis deck we played today felt pretty good too. That wasn't a Disinformation Campaign deck, but I felt like by the end of that set that the Grixis deck had really come together. I don't really know what they're doing. I guess like Ritual of Soot seems bad. I need answers to their thieves, right? So like Moment of Craving's probably fine. Eldest Reborn's probably okay. Disinformation. Oh, Trophy's probably great. Trophy's definitely better than Craving because it's more flexible. The question is their deck going big enough for Disdainful Stroke to be good enough? They have Nico Bolas in their deck. We haven't played any decks with those just yet. I actually have 2 blue-black Surveil deck in the queue that plays both of those cards. It's a little bit more aggressive, but I don't have any experience with them personally. Yeah, Nico Bolas was really consistently impressive in the Grixis deck that we played. We ended up, it was like Nico Bolas and Doom Whisperer by the end, and those 2 guys get together and beat people up. So, like, the problem with the Carnage Tyrant is, I don't think that's very true, Kavaloff. Like, the Carnage Tyrant's in my board for more of, like, the do-nothing control decks. Like, my opponent's deck has Thief of Sanity and Grixis and Nico Bolas in it, so, like, my opponent's deck is probably more of a Grixis mid-range deck, and I think I'd rather not have a 6-mana 7/6 against a mid-range deck. Oh, talking about the cost of our mana here. I think I'm gonna keep this with a scry. Erasure your erasure. Disinformation Campaign. Nope, that one can stay right where it's at. Don't mind if it does. Yoink! Isn't it sweet when your discard spells draw a card, chat? There's a link to the deck list on your screen. If you're on mobile, you can type !deck in chat to get a link to the deck list. Wow, that's gross. I can't cast Blood Operative. There's no money in playing professional Magic. I'm sure that was probably a joke that you're making, but I've traveled to play a bunch of Magic at large tournaments. It's just, you know, I prefer to be able to pay my mortgage. You can catch us right at the tail end here, Wee McGee. We're about to concede here and wrap it up. Yeah, I'm just never gonna beat this Thief of Sanity. They have like a Doom Whisper and something followed up tier 2. Yeah, I think the green in this deck was not a worthwhile addition. I think I would definitely recommend just like going back to the straight blue-black configuration. But I also think my deck of the day is probably gonna be the Grixis deck that we played. The Grixis deck was really, really sweet. More or less to playing Durez. I think Thought Erasure is great. I think it's like quite fantastic in every blue-black deck in the format. You should just like be playing a few of them. Yeah, I don't think I was a fan of this deck. I don't know that I'd work on this some more. I think if you were like really married to Sultai and wanted to work on this deck, I think the Vraska Relic Seeker at the top end's a little bit clunky. I think it was probably worse than just like playing another Eldest Reborn and Sweet Sagas. To be fair, we had Sagas. We have Eldest Reborns, the Nicol Bolas deck. Alright, that's going to be it for me for today, folks. I've been going for a little over 9 hours. I'm going to be taking tomorrow off from being live. However, if you submitted deck list via the Google form to be played on stream at some point, I will be responding to deck list submissions tomorrow at some point, so be sure to check your emails.